At the beginning of the episode, Iron Man, who is at Stark Industries, is recording a promo video for his investors while trying to fight off tech pirates known as Steel Corps. Despite Friday telling him that this is not the best time for him to be recording a promo video, he insists that this is exactly what his investors need to see for them to continue funding Stark Industries. She also reminds him that he should call for backup, but he claims that the tech pirates aren't much of shit, suggesting that he can take them down easily. One of the tech pirates tells Iron Man that he is useless against them as he launches missiles at him, just as Friday tells him that his power levels are down to 15%. Before they can hit him, Iron Man manages to instruct Friday to call for backup. Hulk is the first one to respond, and he asks Iron Man why the fuck is he fighting the pirates alone. While the two of them are distracted, the tech pirates surround the two of them and hit Hulk with a beam that steals his gamma radiation and turns him back into Bruce Banner. Since he does not know what is happening, Hulk realizes he is now defenseless. However, by this point, Iron Man restores his power levels to 20%. And attacks the tech pirates. He tells Bruce to change back into Hulk, but he finds that he is unable to transform. Iron Man then asks him if he needs help getting riled up, which is usually what turns him into Hulk. When nothing seems to work, he takes Hulk away from the line of fire while he tries to take the tech pirates down. This is when Bruce notices a Stark Industries weapon near him and decides to use it to help Iron Man. He works with Iron Man to land a hit on the pirates, but they tell each other that they have what they need and escape after blasting the roof. Once they leave, the two of them head back to the Avengers Tower, where Falcon runs scans on Bruce and discovers that his gamma levels are damn near gone. Everyone turns to Iron Man for an explanation, who explains that Hulk used to be a walking gamma radiator, but it seems like he has been shut off. Hawkeye suggests that they should make him sit near a microwave or some shit, while Thor suggests that they should jumpstart him using lightning. Offended, Bruce tells them that nothing will work because it was precisely calibrated gamma waves that turned him into Hulk, which cannot be recreated. Eventually, Falcon tells them that they won't have to recreate the waves because there is still gamma radiation in his cell that will take some time to return to their full function. Although Falcon had suggested that he wait it out, Bruce feels like a piece of shit not being able to do anything. At first, he tries to keep an eye out for threats, and when the monster called Abomination appears in the city, he asks to join Black Widow and Captain America in taking it down. But when he notices what the Abomination looks like, he realizes that the only thing he can do is take down online hackers. He then joins Thor and plays video games with him until Thor becomes frustrated and claims that he has more of an advantage due to his small fingers. With nothing else left to do, he heads to the simulation room, where Hawkeye is target practicing. When he asks Hawkeye if he can help, he turns him down, saying that the last time they trained together, Hulk fucked everything up. Sometime later, Bruce returns to his room where he struggles to move the titanium sheets that Hulk was using. This time, he joins Iron Man and the two of them work on upgrading the Avengers' weapons. They make Captain America's helmet lighter and more durable and turn Hawkeye's arrows sharper and faster. All of the Avengers are surprised to see Bruce making so much progress since they are not used to Hulk fixing things for them. Just then, an alarm starts blaring through the building, and Falcon claims that the Steel Corps tech bitches have attacked a nuclear reactor plant. Once again, as everyone prepares to head out, Bruce is left behind since he is now a liability. The rest of the Avengers arrive at the nuclear plant where they find the tech pirates trying to set the reactor on overload. Before they can do anything, Thor stops them by throwing his hammer and catching them off guard. However, once the pirates pull themselves together, they launch an attack on them. One by one, they take each of the Avengers down. At that moment, Bruce appears in the midst of the battle wearing Iron Man's Hulk Buster armor. he tackles the pirates, giving everyone else the time to pull themselves together. One of the tech pirates mocks Hulk by telling him that no matter what he does, he will remain the weakest trash amongst the Avengers. This does not sit well with him, and he goes on to attack the pirate. This time, he manages to break part of the pirate's armor and reveals the face of the man controlling it. Bruce immediately recognizes him as Igor Drenkov. When Iron Man asks him who Igor is, Bruce explains that he was his old lab partner while they were working for the Super Soldier program. However, what he cannot understand is how Igor survived the gamma explosion that had turned him into the Hulk. Igor claims that he was presumed dead, but he had managed to survive. When Bruce asks him why he has been stealing all of the gamma tech, Igor explains that he should have been the one to absorb all the gamma power and become the Hulk. Because that did not happen, he is trying to recreate the explosion so that he can finally achieve his goal. Bruce reminds him that the explosion at the nuclear plant will kill everyone in close proximity, but Igor does not care, and even goes on to say that some sacrifices are needed for science. Just then, Iron Man interrupts their conversation by blasting him with Unibeam. Igor quickly recovers and fires missiles at the Avengers. Not long after that, he notices that the reactor is ready and realizes that he does not need to destroy the Avengers, because the reactor is about to blow up and will do that for him. As soon as he enters the reactor, Iron Man tells the Avengers that he is going to shut the nuclear plant down because it has reached critical levels. Bruce joins him at the controls and tells him that he needs to override the meltdown sequence, but Iron Man informs him that they have been locked out. When Bruce notices the sprinklers turning on inside the building, he realizes that they can cool the plant, just like what Igor had done to him when he took away his Hulk powers. He suggests that they should break the wall that is separating the plant from the East River. Iron Man claims that they need better muscle power than the Hulk to break the wall from the underground tunnels. This is when Bruce decides to use the Hulk Buster suit's hands to punch right through the wall. As water leaks into the plant, it begins to cool down, temporarily putting a stop to Igor's plans. Igor leaves the plant as well, but not before promising to return. Iron Man turns to Bruce and angrily tells him that he cannot do anything like this again because he is no longer the Hulk. Bruce tries to argue that he's much better when he can use his brain, but Captain America backs Iron Man up and tells Bruce that he needs to lay low until the rest of the Avengers can figure out what to do. Back at the Avengers Tower, Falcon scans a frustrated Bruce again and finds that his gamma levels have returned to normal. Yet Bruce has still not been able to turn back into Hulk. When Iron Man hears this, he asks Bruce why he did not turn into Hulk while they were fighting Igor. Bruce reveals that the only reason he did not turn into Hulk was because Igor had told him that he had been lucky to join the Avengers. He wanted to prove that he could be a part of the Avengers without having to rely on being Hulk's ugly ass. Black Widow speaks up for the first time and asks him what he would have done if the suit hadn't worked. Then Iron Man also tells him that they need Hulk on the team because he is the strongest out of them all, not because they need someone smart. This leaves Bruce even angrier than before, and he tells the Avengers that he needs to be alone for a while. As he walks through the streets, Hulk overhears people talking about how great the Hulk is. Since he is distracted, he does not notice Igor trailing after him. Sometime later, when Bruce is alone on the street, Igor strikes and knocks him unconscious. When he wakes up after a while, he finds himself tied to a machine. Igor turns on the gamma waves and tells Bruce that because he was so busy trying to collect sources of gamma, he did not realize that all he needed to do was draw gamma waves from the original source. Bruce tries to break free of his restraints, but finds that he is unable to turn into Hulk. Igor tells him to give up because he is being bombarded with gamma-inhibiting particles that make it impossible for him to transform into the Beast. He then turns on the machine that starts to collect the gamma energy from Bruce. Before long, the Avengers break their way into the facility. While Hawkeye and Black Widow try to free Bruce, the rest of the Avengers start attacking Igor. Knowing that he cannot win against the Avengers, he decides to plug himself into the gamma battery and absorb some of the gamma power. This helps him turn much bigger and stronger. He then tells the other Steel Corp tech pirates to take the gamma battery away while he takes on the Avengers. In the meantime, Widow frees Bruce and goes to assist the rest of the Avengers. When Bruce sees the gamma battery being taken away, he rushes after the Steel Corps but is not fast enough to reach them, and the lab door closes behind them. He decides to lure them out by hacking into the security system and triggering a radiation leak alarm. Just as they come out, Bruce sneaks inside and plugs himself into the machine after refocusing the gamma signature towards himself. As soon as the gamma waves hit him, he turns into Hulk and blasts his way out of the lab. Meanwhile, the rest of the Avengers struggle to hold up against Igor, to which their weapons have become useless. To everyone's surprise, Hulk smashes through the ground and gives Igor a good beating. However, once Igor recovers, he tells Hulk that he is going to absorb the rest of the gamma power and become the hero that he was always destined to become. Just before he smashes Igor again, Hulk reminds him that he is forgetting his team of Avengers backing him up. Although Hulk begins beating Hammer, Cap tells him that they need to come up with a better plan. This time, Hulk tells them to get Igor in the gamma inhibitor machine so that they can turn him back to human. With team effort, the Avengers manage to lock Igor in the machine and turn it on. When he turns back to human, Hulk turns back into Bruce as well, who then punches Igor to remind him that human or beast, he can still take him on. Thank you for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. See you next time.